Forgive me for moving the camera here. Have it wedged in. So I was just getting ready to go over and have Thanksgiving with a friend of ours that is staying here in the Slabs in a place called East Jesus. And we're going to go eat dinner with that group. And we're bringing some of Bobcat's wines with us to share. But I was just sorting and organizing, and I wanted to talk for a minute about the consumption that we have involved in the holidays, and how my views on our culture as it comes to objects, and how my views have changed over the past few years, and I've gotten to really change the way that I do stuff. So one of the things is that we don't really buy a lot. I don't think I've bought any clothing items, with the exception of possibly in a thrift store or something like that, but I don't usually buy clothing in the thrift store. I don't think I've bought anything in years. When I was working with in the cruise line, I purchased a lot of cheap, inexpensive stuff that I bought online. So I was really proud for finding stuff for like $10 or $15 online. Anything under 20 was like really cool for a whole outfit. And I had a lot of that stuff. At least for me, it was a lot of that stuff because I still lived in a tiny house, so I didn't have a lot of personal objects.
That was fun, huh?
I still have a few of those items from those days, but for the most part, I haven't bought any clothing. And I store all of my stuff in a very tiny space that is maybe 2 foot by 2 foot, and in our overhead. But I think that we have a culture of purchasing stuff just to have new and different stuff to wear. And most of the stuff that I've kept has been stuff that I really enjoy wearing, that was very comfortable, or some really exciting costuming type stuff. So I have a couple corsets and stuff like that in boxes, but honestly, I don't even travel with them most of the time, or I'll take one thing out that's kind of fun to wear and leave the rest of it in our various storage cache kind of places. I get given or found opportunity to find cheap costuming pieces all the time, and usually I find they're just junk. So sometimes I'll wear something for that we find. Like for example, I found some really great Australian stock shoes last year, just like abandoned in an abandoned building that had clearly been there for a while, and I think somebody just went up a level on shoes, and they found some free shoes, and they just okay, I'm just leaving these wherever I found them. And I have been wearing those shoes for like a year now and really enjoy them. They're very comfortable, and they're actual leather and stuff like that. But for the most part, like I'll go to a thrift store and re-up on shoes when I'm blown out and I don't have anything, but I don't ever buy new shoes. I haven't bought new shoes in so long, I can't even remember when the last time was I bought new shoes. Although I bought Bobcat sandals.
Bag of dirty clothes?
And anyway, this is our bag of dirty clothes so far. That's after being 2 weeks in the desert. Dirty clothes are, yes.
Okay.
Bobcat did laundry like a week and a half ago, but so yes, okay, a week and a half ago. Is that acceptable?
Sure.
Time period? Time and space. Anyway, so what is actual dirty clothes as opposed to worn clothes is kind of something that everyone has to decide for themselves. Like if you change your clothes on the daily, which I like to do, I like to wear something different when I feel like wearing something different. Like if I'm cold, I will go change my entire outfit so that I will be warmer, because temperature is a big comfort factor for me. You'll have to forgive my lips are all dry and patchy. So I will go and change my outfit as needed, but I will take the clothing item off and I will hang it up. And if it's still clean, it doesn't have any like obvious things wrong with it, then I will put it away and wear it another day. I just let it air out. I have fabric refresher and I have airflow through the vehicle, and I have these hooks on the wall so that we can hang up our clothes if we want to refresh them. And I just went through and folded all the laundry that was clean, that I had used, and put it all back in my bins. And I'm not ashamed of doing that because it's clean stuff. I've cleaned it. I can go through and take like a rag, or I use baby wipes on my face and stuff like that. And after I use a baby wipe on my face to clean my face, I'll turn it inside out and I'll go and I'll, scrub something off of, the hanging clothes. If there's like a piece of food or something, because you're a messy eater, that'll scrub right out sometimes. And then you fold it and you put it back away. But we don't use water to the extent of somebody that goes through and every single time they spill something on themselves, they take it off and they wash the whole thing, and their clothes get worn out from that process to the point of where they have to have new clothes more often than me, I suppose. I don't know. But that's one of the reasons why people wear through their clothes, is that they're washing them way too often and at way too high a temperature. And it's such a waste of resources. I mean, water and electricity, and your machine, which has wear and tear every single time you use it, and especially if you're overloading it and not using it properly and all those other kinds of things. I know lots of people that they go through new washing machines every couple of years because they don't clean them, service them, use them properly and all that kind of stuff. And they use it every fucking day with a huge load of everything they own. And it doesn't make sense to me. But, I have maybe 10 t-shirts, and that is a lot of t-shirts for me. But I've had those 10 t-shirts forever. Since my daughter was a teenager and she outgrew stuff and I would take it over. Literally half of my clothes are hand-me-downs from my daughter because I don't wear them out and I'm careful with my stuff. And when I do wear it out, you patch it, or you if you get rid of it, you get rid of it and you don't buy anything new. So heading into the Christmas season, everybody is buying stuff for people. I used to really enjoy socks, but I just bought myself a 12-pack of black athletic socks, and I don't need socks forever. So don't buy me things. If you wanted to, knit me something and it took time and love, and I, of course would appreciate that, but we don't really need anything. And the commercialism of it, is just really not needed. I find the whole season to be just one big advertisement for corporations. And all of those objects are made in sweatshops by people who are making not enough money to survive on. And people think, well, if they weren't doing that, then they wouldn't have jobs. Okay, so they don't have jobs. So they find other meaningful ways to exist outside of capitalism. You don't need to make busy work for people to do. We don't need to have so many clothes that our lives are totally burdened by the amount of clothes that we own and the amount of money that they cost. The amount of cost worldwide of the growing of the flax, or whatever that those objects come from. They come and are processed and are shipped to other places, and then people have to work at that. And we can, consume less. Just overall. I don't really understand the whole consumption culture. I mean, I get ads on my Facebook feed for the cutest things, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute, and I really, think that would be fun to wear, and blah blah blah. And then I scroll past, because you don't need to own everything. You don't need, think about what your clothing budget is, like how much money you're spending on that, and just don't spend it. Spend it on something else. Enjoy having an experience with somebody that you care about, instead of spending $500 on shoes that year, or whatever. Because I know I've got a lot of friends who love to do that, and it's shoes sewn by children most of the times, like in sweatshops, and I've seen that side of it. And we are colonialists to the extreme. Like, you think colonialism was bad in the day? The whole fucking planet is processing things to keep Americans in buying and throwing shit away nonstop. How many clothes have you given away to thrift stores this year? How many, all of those things that you're moving on? Okay, well, it didn't need to be created in the first place. If you would just conserve what you have, enjoy the beauty in things getting old and decrepit, and patch things and all that kind of shit. I say this as I'm wearing my very best sweater, which I have had for fucking ever, and I still look damn good in it. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Be thankful for not having to get shit. Don't do Black Friday.